So in this video, I'll give brutally honest feedback to one of my students' videos in the Video Editing Elite. So we'll give him feedback on his audio, how he can make it more cleaner, more effective, and also just easier to watch for the viewer. And if you also want feedback on your edits, then join the Editing Elite below, because in there we'll give feedback to every single video that lands in that community, so you can become a top 1% editor and also get there faster. So join Editing Elite if you want to get feedback on your videos. And with that said, let's get into the video. Yo, Ahmed. So, roast my edit. Hey Swan, can you please share the links of some of the videos you edited yourself? I love to analyze well-edited videos. Yes, I can definitely do that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place some frame.io and YouTube links below this post. So, if you're in the community, then just check out this posts, and I will just post like 5 of whatever those videos that I just edited recently that I think, are pretty well made, to say the least. And also some websites, or like, again, frame.io links. So yeah, this is definitely possible. And also here's a paid trial I did if you can give me some feedback. So yeah, for sure, I checked out your paid trial that you did for the subject, and I really liked your paid trial. I really liked the motion graphics. However, I have a couple of feedback on the video that I think could make this video even better than before. So this could, either way, if it's a paid trial for next potential clients, or if it's an actual YouTube video, you will definitely benefit from this feedback for sure. And because there are just like a little things that I noticed that would definitely make this look even better.
So on your screen right now is one of my brand new ChatGPT prompts for 2025 that me and my students have been using to generate on average 2,000 to 3,000.
All right, so the first thing I noticed before I talk about the visual side is the audio. So let me try to break it down for you. All right, let's just say you have 3 layers of audio. So you have your first layer, your second layer, and your third layer. So the first layer is the more dominant one. It's the most important one, which everyone should be able to understand because it's the most important layer of audio, okay? And this is the voice, okay? This is the subject's voice. So whoever's talking a video, he should be always on top. It's the most important thing. And then we have, of course, sometimes the background music and sound effects. I would say sound effects is layer 2, but sometimes it's layer 3, but most of the times it's layer 2. And then we have music as last. So this is like 3 layers of sound that someone should be hearing once they're watching your video. Now, what I suggest, and I always tell people, except if it's a movie, even movies are super annoying if this part, like, let me just pick a different color. Because if this part, this music layer, just bumps up and is above the voice layer. So what it means is that this music layer, which you added, like the music that you added, is way louder and more dominant than the voice that he's actively talking in the video. Because if he's not talking, then of course the sound effects and music take over. But if he's talking and the music is way louder than he is, then the music becomes dominant. And then it takes away the purpose of, okay, I clicked on this video because I actually want to learn something. Because here he is sharing like ChatGPT prompts for 2025, either to make money, for business, for whatever it is. And this means this is an educational video, so it's not like an entertainment video. So the music is not as important as to hear what the subject is saying. So in subject is, in this case, this dude. So if we can't hear this dude, what he's saying, then people are going to be annoyed, because then this is what they actually clicked on the video for. So what I would recommend is always try to have the voice loud and clear. I'm going to show you what you should aim for when you are editing the voice, what I actually do personally as my workflow, and also like how you should essentially adjust these 2 as well, so they don't interfere with this one, but are still easy to hear. Okay, so this is what I learned from, like, to make millions and millions of views. So this is not just me talking out of like, hey, you should, this is not the bro science, whatever. This is actually like me battle testing it, making actually a lot of videos and perfecting it pretty much. So yeah, so let's focus on this one, voice. And first things first, what I can hear is that you haven't really worked on the voice, or the voice is not worked enough on. So what I always do as my workflow, which I can recommend to everyone out of you, if you want to get like a very crisp and very nice audio, is to use AI enhancer, like to enhance the audio, and also 2 effects, okay? Now, what AI enhancer should you use? I do not recommend to use the built-in enhanced speech thing. I have not used it recently, but I really did not like it when I was using it. So I'm really against it. And what I can recommend is when you have the normal audio recording, I guess this client had a Shure SM7B, yeah. So it's a Shure SM7B. This here, what this video is about, like this is not recorded with a Shure microphone and it's not very good audio from the get-go. So how did I manage to go from this? Let me just show you.
Your time, answer a few questions, and then you're
Super quiet. It is not crisp, no bass at all. So how did I went from that to this?
day, your time, answer a few questions, and then you're ready to go.
Now we don't have sound effects yet, so I'm not going to talk about in this project about sound effects, but I'm also going to show you what you should aim for when you are working on sound effects in music. So what I actually did here is I rendered out the sequence when I rough coded it. So I rough coded the video, and once I rendered it out, like the MP3 file of the voice, then I just pasted it into an AI enhancer. So you need to rough cut it, then you can add some effects to it. What I recommend to add on the original layer is parametric equalizer and tube model compressor. I actually added them already here because I was actually recording this this feedback and tutorial already, but I bumped into time issues, so I had to go. So I didn't finish the recording, but here it is. I have actually adjusted it already. So what I recommend always is to make it louder. In this case, I had to bump it up by 15 decibels, but I think in this case, even like 10 decibels would have been enough here, just for the start, because again, we're going to enhance it with AI, and then we're going to work on the audio after we enhance it with AI again. Yeah, so this is this blue layer that I'm talking about here, by the way. What you need to add is parametric equalizer. That's what I recommend, especially for the Shure SM7B. And then you just pick out the vocal enhancer and just bring down the lows. And you can just bump up the bass as much as you want, as much as it sounds good. I don't like it all the way up sometimes, but sometimes I use it. But usually I don't really like it all the way up. But it also really depends on the voice of the individual. If it's already enough bassy, whatever, then of course I'm not going to add more bass, because then people are just going to be like vibrating while they're listening to it. So yeah, adjusted is here. Maybe you can just see for yourself what sounds good. And then you add tube modeled compressor. What tube modeled compressor is, you just choose the presets leveler and then just output gain 7 decibels. What this does is it brings up all the volume throughout the whole video, like even the lowest of sound, it brings it more up, it bumps it more up. So it gives like kind of like a podcast kind of sound, if this makes sense. So you can just understand it way easier with these two effects, what he's saying, and it's not that hard to understand him. So in this case, this is what it sounds without the effect.
The team that will guide you through everything. He will set up your domain, your DNS, your email.
And then this is what it sounds with the effects.
The team that will guide you through everything. He will set up your domain, your DNS, your email.
And then it what we do is we just, once we edit it through the whole timeline here, what we do is we render out as an MP3 file. So you can just go here, format MP3, and then you have the MP3 audio version. What we're going to do after that is you go to aiacoustics.com. And now this has been a really good tool, and I'm actually right now looking for a different tool, for a better tool, because this the price of this tool has went up to astronomically. So they had like a plan for like €2, with you can like enhance like 1 hour of video footage or audio footage for like a month. Like per month you pay €2, and then you get like 1 hour of footage that you can enhance, or 2 hours of footage. I'm not sure which one it was. And now they're making it €99 per month, which is significantly higher to just enhance audio. And we are not enhancing like that much audio that we would need this. So they have switched from being more B2C, like business to customer. They switched to the B2B, so business to business. I guess this is because this just makes more sense for their business model to just focus on one ICP, so one ideal customer profile. And yeah, so but you can still use it if you just log in, make an account. You have like 10 minutes per month, and if you make yourself like 10 accounts, that's already like, yeah, you know, over an hour per month. So just try it out for yourself. It's 10 minutes free per month. And what I can recommend, if it's already a good microphone and a good recording, then just drop the MP3 file that you've exported from the Premiere timeline and just drop it in here, and then it enhances for you. And if it's like a vlog that is like very hard to understand, and you can use Finch 2, it's called Finch 2, it just makes it more like the background noise will be intensely removed. So if there's like a lot of noise of cars or whatever, then it can be like removed by a lot. And this is what it sounded before and after, for example. So this is before.
Welcome to the billable course migration services.
You barely can hear it. I think now if you want to hear it, you have to bump up your laptop volume by a lot. So what I did here is I choose 75% because 100% just sounds super AI. I show you 100%.
So super quickly, this is for really anyone
I mean, it's actually pretty good. So, but yeah, I used 75%.
who wants to move the course off any platform in the world, such as Kajabi,
This is 75%. This is 0.
Teachable, Thinkific.
This is insane. This tool is so insane. So it made the audio like louder, removed the background noise. It made the voice of the subject itself more crispier. And then what you can do is just you download the MP3 file that you just puts out. And then what you can do is you just drag and drop it into Premiere Pro. You then just synchronize it with your current audio. I think it's always 1 frame off. So you have to like remove a frame in the beginning. So, and then once it's sync, what you can do is add the same kind of enhancements to the voice as well. So parametric equalizer with vocal enhancer and just adjusted equalizer here, and then tube modeled compressor with voice leveler and then 7 decibels. And if you want, you can also just set up the gain to be way louder. So for example, what I always aim for the voice is to hit -3 decibels on the right side. So it should bump up to -3 decibels, not louder, and it should always hover around the -3, around -3 to -18-ish when he's talking.
Speak to a member of the team that will guide you through everything. He will set up your domain, your DNS, your email.
Like this. So this is a perfect kind of, it's not too loud. It's not going to be like distorted because it's too loud. It's not going to be annoying. And it's super easy to understand because, again, it gives that podcast kind of effect to the audio. And I talked a lot about audio today, but hear me out. Like, Mr. Beast is recording 1080p videos when he uploads it to YouTube. And so this means even if he would upload maybe 720p, people would watch it because, again, it's entertainment. People are used to like bad quality. We don't need 4K on every single video. Even there are like services who are just giving out 720p kind of videos. So again, we don't have any issues with the quality of the video from a visual way, but if the audio in the video is so bad that you can't understand anything, and there's like so many sound effects that are just way too loud, not in your case, but I saw so many videos. So yeah, and this ring bell effects. So yeah, this is super annoying, and people will click off the video because they're annoyed of the sound effects. Sometimes they're just not enjoying it, and you're just not making them easy to enjoy the video or learn something. We should always aim to make it super easy for our viewers to enjoy the content or view the video and to be able to like just understand it easier in this way. So yeah, this is what I can recommend. This is my workflow for every single type of audio that I'm doing. And this is just the audio side pretty much. And then for the music, what I can recommend is make it -16 to -17. If you add any effects to it, like a low pass effect, that can also, then it's perfect. But if not, what I can recommend is that it hovers below the voice. So it should not peak up here. The music should not be up here. It should be quiet. I sometimes do -30 decibels. I sometimes do -25, -20. Depends on the audio or the music itself in this case. And then for sound effects, I also do like between -12 decibels. So I just press G on my keyboard and I can just -12. Sometimes I do -19 or -25 if the audio itself, like the sound effect itself, is like super annoying. Then of course I also do like it way lower. So try it out for yourself. And what I can definitely recommend is make sure to listen to the video without looking at it. Maybe that can definitely help to get that right, like especially in the beginning, to not make this mistake. So just turn off and just listen to it.
We'll set up your domain, your DNS.
And then you can just hear like the sound effects and you'll be like, okay, well, this sound effect's too loud, it's annoying, it's not fitting, or whatever. Then yeah, just remove it or make it quieter. So this is my workflow for audio. This helps us to bring the voice in the main area. So it should help the viewer focus on the voice instead of like these two things, okay? So it should be always -3 on the right. Like it should always say -3 here. It should
will guide you through.
peak at -3. And for the sound effects, for the gain, you should always have like between -12 and -30. And for music, minus like 17 to -25 or -30 sometimes even. So this is like the gain that you should have. All right. So don't make it too quiet because then people are not going to hear it, but don't make it too loud so people are not going to be annoyed by it. And make sure to help the viewer understand the video better by adjusting the audio of the microphone. Even if it's like a trial, if this is a YouTube video and this sounds like that, you will definitely lose like a lot of viewers. So they will get annoyed like pretty fast. Even though this is like a very good microphone, always adding like enhancements to it will definitely make it more better, but not overdo it, of course, as well. So I'm not saying that.
So on your screen right now is one of my brand new ChatGPT prompts for 2025.
I really like this. I think this is like the ChatGPT window. What I would have added as well, because he said new ChatGPT prompts for 2025, I would have added the current model, like GPT 5.0, because this helps understand that this is actually the ChatGPT bar. This makes it even more clear. And yeah, so also here, what I noticed is like a super small thing, but what I noticed is that this is like not aligned perfectly. Like let me just show you again. This here is not aligned perfectly. So either this is too small or this is too big. So I get it. It's not like a big thing. Again, it's just a paid trial. But if this would be a YouTube video, I would say like make this smaller, maybe, or make this one bigger, maybe, because if it's aligned, it can just look maybe even better. So yeah, I would say it's not like necessary, but it just gives like a nice hierarchy, if this makes sense. I'm not sure if hierarchy is the right word, but yeah, I would just add like maybe GPT 5 or something like that, or Pro, and like in a very, very small gray area. But other than that, like I really like this. I really like the outlines. I really like the button as well. This looks super, super nice, especially with the nice shadow here as well, with the nice bevel and emboss. I really, really like it. So yeah.
That me and my students have been using to generate on average $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
All right, so I just have very, very little feedback on it. One thing I notice is there's like so much space here, but there's so little space here, if you can see that. And there's also like so little space here, but there's so much space here. So this is like a very, very small thing, but I would just adjust like that it's more in the middle. Like this one can be just totally in the middle. Like I think the middle is somewhere here. Like this is the middle point. And I would just align it and then just also bring it more to the right. So it's kind of like has the same kind of space between left and right and up and down. And then I'm not sure what I see these faces like a lot, and I like it. Somehow I really like it because it just helps you to focus on what is actually important because he's actually looking at it. If you want, you can also add, like, you can see here, you can make it like rounded caps, if you know what I mean. So that they are not like this, but that they are like this. You can make it rounded. And if you want to, this would actually help. So because his face is round, his eyes are round, and also this one is also more rounded as well. So then I would also recommend to have no like these rectangles. Like I would make them actually like rounded as well, like rounded caps. It's just like 2 clicks. Yeah. Besides that, I see his face a lot, and I really like it because it just focuses on what he's saying or what is important here, which is the PayPal notifications, and I like it.
Without ever creating a product ourselves, and you will make dollars a month without ever creating a product ourselves.
Here you made a little mistake, which is very, very crucial. You did not highlight like ourselves without creating the product. So ourselves, I would have added ourselves because it is an important word, because without creating the product is we are technically creating the product, but we're not actually doing it. Someone else is doing it. So we have actually a product, but it kind of makes sense. But I would also just recommend to write without creating the product ourselves. It's not like a filler word. It's not like he says without creating actually the product ourselves. So then we can remove actually, or sometimes we can remove actually. Actually would have also sounded really good here. But I think this is like a very important word. I would just add it to it. And yeah, I really like the green colors, by the way. I really like this a lot, especially the background.
Dollars a month
super
without
nice.
ever creating a product ourselves. And this works.
Also, maybe you can add like a normal face first, And then if they see like the income, their face goes like happy, if you know what I mean.
On average, $2,000 to $3,000 a month without ever creating a product ourselves. And this works in any niche across the board. The craziest thing about this is that this is so simple, so easy to implement, and most people in online space in a product. This is that so easy to implement.
I like it. It's very clean. I really like it. The subtle glow to it, the subtle ChatGPT in the background. Definitely made like a very clean here. I really like it. You have to think of the green, like maybe the little bit darker green would have made more sense, but this here is like very easy to read, and it kind of makes sense in terms of if you keeping this green kind of vibe to it, then it definitely makes sense. I wouldn't change it. So yeah, I really like it. I just thought like, what if you would use like an aqua color, like for example, oh, I can't use this. So
It's so simple, so
because this is
easy
like
to
very
implement,
green.
and most people in online
Oops.
space.
And this looks not just the same green. Not sure if this is it just my eyes. If it's my eyes, just please pardon me. I'm just very curious about this because I would have used maybe like a more aqua color like this, if this makes sense, like a bit more aqua, because this looks like more like a bluer green, not like a greener green, if this makes sense. I said the word green a lot, I know, but I hope you know what I mean. So I would have used a more aqua color. But if this is the same as this one, then just ignore what I just said, okay? It could be just Google Drive just tripping with me
And most people
in
in
my
the
eyes,
online
so
space don't even know that it exists.
I like
For
it.
the first time ever, I'm gonna pull back the curtains on this and show you a legitimate prompt that has been generating thousands of dollars online. Now,
Oh, I see this. I watched it through, but I didn't notice that you put something here, like any like
show you a
something.
legitimate.
So what I would do is maybe make sure to showcase that it's actually like a prompt. If this would be a YouTube video, again, it's a paid trial, so it's not that deep. But maybe showcase it somehow that is actually like a prompt. So maybe use like bold, like insert here, and then just show that like the prompt in itself and just blur out like a couple of parts of the text itself and make it like maybe more dominant here because this is very passive with the color you chose. How should I say, it's like not important to read or not important to notice. That's what it like the vibe gives it to me, and I really did not notice this when I was watching it the first time. This is just my impression to it. I don't think it's bad. I think it is really good represented here, and it's like very good with the book that you like, the book animation that you chose. I would just make it personally like more dominant, so it is so people just see it like, hey, this is a prompt like in a book, or like if this makes sense, like not the book here is important, but you showcase a book like a prompt itself, and make maybe the prompt a little bit more dominant and more. Now, I don't want to say creative because that's like just sounds fancy. Make it more creative, because that's not true. It's really creative to do this and to decide to highlights this really good. I would just highlight a bit more like the text here. That's the word I was searching for.
Generating thousands of dollars online. Now listen, I can't guarantee your success because most people watching this video right now don't even have the attention span to get to the end of this.
I see. Is it the same font as here? I'm not sure. I've seen this all like a lot recently, like this face. So I won't talk about it like more. I really like that you added this shadow to it. I just think because you had the round here, it was the subject itself was round. The ChatGPT logo is round. This looks very round. This dude is round. This is like rounded. Everything here is rounded. So if this would be a YouTube video, then I would recommend to make it not as rounded, like the nose or the lips here, and like, pardon me, don't make it that sharp. Pardon me, make it more rounded. That's what I'm trying to say. Make it more rounded because then it fits the whole style even more. You see the brain is rounded, and it's not really rectangly. Like nothing is like very sharp cornered. Everything is rounded corners. So this is what I would recommend here, and like here for the nose and for the lips. But besides that, dude, this looks very awesome. And I would have maybe just made this brain green, like kind of like this toxic color. I'm not sure why. I thought this would highlight the brain a bit more because you are showing like brains here.
Video, but what I
I
can
really like
guarantee
this animation.
to get to the end of
Very clean with the brains
this
here.
video. But what I can guarantee you is that if you implement this proven chat GPT strategy I'm about to show you, you will make money not only this year, but next year and many more years to come. So with that,
All right, so here I was just a bit more confused because most people have like a dream of okay 10K per month, this and that. They don't dream like 1, 3, 5K per month really. That's not their dream. That's their next goal, but it's not like their dream, and they don't want to be like in the same position in like 2028. So what I would recommend is maybe make it like 10K, like 50K, 100K, whatever, and then per month or something like that. And then this year looks good. I just think this is like a bit. Oh, I mean, I really like it. I would just make it the same font as well. If you want to, it's not really important. I would just be curious, like, how does that look? I think this highlights it pretty good, and I would just make it like higher number and make this also rounded as well. Like, I'm curious, how can we make this more rounded? Because I think this is like a stroke, right?
next year and many more years to come. So with
I'm not sure. One with masking could be working, like making it more rounded, because then it would just fit better to everything. Other than that, it's a really good video. I would have just kept it on for longer, like the animation, because it just cuts off pretty fast. I would have just left it on for a bit longer.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this video.
Really good video. I like it. So really, really nice video. I hope you could have taken away something from my feedback. Besides that, I have pretty much nothing to say to it because it's literally pretty much perfect. Except for that, maybe you want to also make sure that it's a bit more aligned to the center because there's like so much space here and there's like so little space here. Very, very minimal things. This is what I would just say. There's like the 0.001% that doesn't really move the needle any way forward. It's just more organized, so it's more easier to consume in the long run. And paying attention to those details will make you also like a better editor in the long run. Also, maybe make this like a bit more prominent if you actually want to show this, because I have never seen it. If I would have not like skipped back now, I would have not seen these dollar signs. So I would definitely make sure to show it. I really like this. I really like this a lot. I would just separate it a bit more also as well. Like maybe add some dark tone here, like kind of like when you open a book, it just gives you some depth, you know, because it's like you open a book, it's like there's more depth, and in 2D it's like very, very hard to show, but with this animation it makes definitely sense. Especially if people have seen maybe this animation, then they will definitely know it. I would just add some more shadows here, like very, very subtle. These like very, very small things. I really like your animation. And I'm not sure how much time it took for you to make this, but it is like very, very good. Like this animation is super good. Like these animations in total, especially the first one, is very inviting because of the color. It just gives like a little dopamine click with the green here, with the gradient. It's very nice. I like it. I would just maybe make this search also the same color as this one, if this makes sense. So because it's not really prominent, it's not really important, I would say. So this is important that they read this. Either make this one also like more white or make this also like gray. So it's like kind of like there's more hierarchy as well. Like there's more organized as well. It's not like, okay, black, white, you know, in the same circle. So yeah, but besides that, let me know if you have any questions to that. I'm looking so forward for the next video to see, like, hopefully you also post like a more full video as well, like a full edit. If you want essentially just more feedback on a full edit, I will also like, I'll be happy to do that as well. Just give you feedback to that. So yeah, man, hope you learned something new. And by the way, if you want the link to AI acoustics, I have that actually in the classroom. So I have the link to AI acoustics in the classroom. It's here in the editing advantage. So plugins and tools I use, tools list, it's here somewhere. AI acoustics, there we go. So this link doesn't have any benefits anymore. I think they canceled their links, whatever. But yeah, enhanced 30 minutes of audio per month. I'm not sure if it's 30 minutes. It says that, but it actually does not have so much, I think. So yeah, but try it out for yourself. It's here. And if I find a new AI enhancer, I will definitely let you guys know, because right now I'm actively looking for an AI voice enhancer that is doing at least as good of a job as AI acoustics, preferably better job and more faster job as well. It doesn't take too long. It's like maybe 2 minutes for like a 2-minute audio, or like 1 minute for a 2-minute audio. It's super fast. However, it's always good to have more speed. So yeah, with that being said, hope you learned something new, Ahmed, and whoever watched this, and I will see you essentially in the community.